The price of Bitcoin is $26,739. This is fantastic news. We've started to approach a significant breakout on the price of Bitcoin. And my trades from the previous days are looking pretty healthy right now. We've got $60,000 profit on the board. I increased the size of my trade today to $1.5 million or 60 Bitcoin, with the entry price now sitting at $25,710 or $14. It's picked up quite significantly over the course of the past 24 hours. And this is a lot to do with the news that has recently come out regarding the ETF that BlackRock have applied for. This is where I've entered my trade from. We've discussed it on the channel before, why I've opened a long position. I also have a long position right from the bottom here, around $25,208 right now, which is also sitting around $9,000 in a profit. Combined profit, 70 grand. Mental. Either way, what we need to discuss in today's video is what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin over the next 24-hour period. Is it going to continue this upwards momentum, or is it time for me to take profit on these trades? And if you ever have to consider that, the answer is probably just take a bit, just a bit. Never harms to take a bit of profit. But at the same time, I don't want to be taking significant profits right now because of what I believe is about to happen. Now, there's several different scenarios. We're going to discuss them in today's video. If you are ready for that, do drop a like on it. Well, let's try and get 700 likes on this video. We've come close in previous videos, but honestly, it really helps the video algorithm if you just drop a like on it, and at the same time, leave a comment down below with your thoughts about what you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin. Nobody ever does, but I'd love to discuss it with you. So just comment something and I'll reply. I'll reply to as many people as possible. It really helps out with the video algorithm. Subscribe, and of course, let's crack on. Now, Bitcoin's price is, of course, bull penning. It's bull flagging. We've got a stalk up, flag outwards. Been discussing it for a while at this point. It's also important to point out, when you zoom out on the price of Bitcoin, we've formed one almighty cup and handle formation right now. That being the cup, this being the handle, with the breakout potentially being all the way up here. And that breakout would take us to approximately $39,000. That's the target for the breakout. $26,000 is the current price of Bitcoin. Of course, look, if Bitcoin is going to start breaking out, we want to be in some longs because that is some significant profit that could be had. Look, if Bitcoin's price is going to get up to those levels, let's measure it. Let's assess how big those gains could potentially be from the price where Bitcoin's price currently sits all the way up to about $39,000. That would be approximately a 47% increase in the price of Bitcoin. Can you imagine if we caught all of that? That would be pretty mental. Either way, I'm not going to be sticking around for all of that. I will be taking a little bit of profit on this. Maybe I'll take around 10 grand off the table here just to seal something. At the same time, of course, funding rate at this point in time has cost me $2,000 over the course of the past couple of days because of the size of the trade. And of course, the trading fees accrued by opening a $1.5 million trade. It's not a particularly small trade by anybody's standards. It's a fairly large one. Now, of course, on the 15-minute chart right now, Bitcoin is now trading above this key level of resistance. Bitcoin is also, if we zoom in just a little bit on this 15-minute chart, you can see that we've had a spike up and we're currently pennanting outwards again. Depending on which way this pennant breaks depends on how much profit I'm going to take. Look, if we drop to the downside here, I'll take a little bit more profit than what I'm planning on doing if we drop back down to these levels here around $26,588. If we're getting back down to those levels again, I want to have some profit because, a break back to the downside seems more so likely at that point in time. However, Bitcoin continues trending to the upside. We want to be in that trade. Now, Bitcoin dominance has been ripping a new one recently. It's been absolutely flying. This is Bitcoin dominance on the 1-hour chart. As you can see, a constant steady uptrend is... It's not great for the altcoin market, but it certainly does represent some element of opportunity. Now, an update on the 3-month altcoin portfolio challenge, that currently sits at $36,000 value, having started with 40 grand. I actually don't think we weathered the storm all that badly. Wasn't expecting the storm to be as bad as it was, being that the news about no increase in inflation, so therefore no rate hike, is positive news, but that negatively affected the markets for a small period of time, and now the markets are flying again. I'm just pretty excited. I think the market, honestly, it could really pick up. When you're looking at this here on the 1 minute chart, you kind of get where I'm coming from in terms of we've got this serious pennant action going on. It may even break out during the course of filming today's video, either break to the downside or break to the upside, but it's moving in one particular direction right now, and that movement is upwards. Now, when it comes to the price of Ethereum, what are we looking at right now? Well, this is Ethereum's price on the US dollar chart, currently trading at $1,730. It's forming again an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If we look at that right now, we've got a shoulder here, a head here, and a shoulder here. That would suggest, of course, that the price of Ethereum is going to start rising to the upside in the not too distant future. Ultimately, Ethereum needs to break through the level here of $1,743. If it's going to break through that $1,743 level, of course, we're going to experience some upwards momentum in the price of Ethereum, currently trading at $1,730. It needs to increase around $15 in price from where the price currently sits. But the other important thing to point out about Ethereum is it's been getting absolutely trashed in terms of its Bitcoin value. As I've been pointing out for days, Ethereum is not the play right now. Bitcoin is the play, but Ethereum might be the play fairly soon. If we actually look at this chart right here, it's showing some level of support at this level, and it doesn't look all that bad compared to what it was looking. If we are to look at this on a slightly higher time frame, and I wish the camera would stop focusing on me in the background there, instead it would focus on the actual sodding charts on the screen. There we go, it's actually focusing at this point. We're kind of doing the same thing. We're stuck in this range here on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And again, the camera is focusing on me. Stop focusing on me. Keeps on doing it. Stop it. Now, come on. Focus in the right place. There we go. I give up at this point. You get the point. Look, we might be showing some level of support. Ethereum might be looking like a slightly better play right now, but Bitcoin is the overall better play. In terms of today's cryptocurrency news, Jeffrey Huang has bought a $25 million LA mansion amid the lawsuit that he's got against ZachXBT. If you want to learn more about this, go to cryptosavingexpert.com. Now, Binance has also abandoned plans to register with the UK's FCA because the UK... I mean, Binance is struggling in a lot of different jurisdictions right now, and it makes sense given the SEC lawsuit. Crypto.com has been exposed for operating internal trading desks. Again, no surprise happening there. How else do you afford such expensive Formula One sponsorship in this kind of market? And at the same time, staked Ethereum is about to eclipse Ethereum held on crypto exchanges by 10 million. This is showing that Ethereum is gradually getting more and more decentralized, ultimately becoming the decentralized entity that it was always meant to be. That in turn may boost the prices, which is another fundamental reason why the Ethereum market might be picking up right now. And at the same time, everything's just looking a lot better than what it was doing, and I'm very, very pleased to see it. It's not something that I particularly expected last week, to be seeing the prices looking this quite happy, but at the same time, I'll take it, honestly. All we need to do at this point in time is close this daily candle above these levels on the price of Bitcoin, and then we confirm the breakout pretty much all the way up to these levels right here. And if we look at where those levels are sitting, that's currently about $28,100 on the price of Bitcoin, around $1,200, $1,300 higher than where the price currently sits. That is the ultimate price target for Bitcoin, because that would mean a retest of this previous level of resistance that we've encountered in the past. And should we break that level of resistance, well, that's your cup and handle is played out at that point in time, and then the sky becomes the limit again. It's important to point out that when an ETF is being created, look, if the odds of ETF approval are pretty high, and they are, because it's 1 to 575. In terms of BlackRock's ETF approval rate, it has been only one rejection out of 575 or 576 applications. That means 575 were approved. BlackRock don't apply for ETFs that they don't think they're going to get. The odds of a denial at this point in time seem extraordinarily low when the US is trying its best to regulate cryptocurrency in a way that suits everybody. Wouldn't it make sense for it to be listed on the stock market? Now, if Bitcoin is to be listed on the stock market, it means that BlackRock need to go out and buy a bunch of Bitcoin so that they can put it in a trust that people can trade. The whole idea behind an ETF is a non-custodial way of trading Bitcoin. So basically, BlackRock have to go out there, they have to buy billions and billions and billions of dollars of Bitcoin. They have to put it in a wallet and then allow people to trade Bitcoin within that wallet so that they're non-custodial. That's the key thing here. BlackRock is the custodian in this particular ETF, and if the ETF is approved, BlackRock have to go out and buy billions of dollars of Bitcoin. What does billions of dollars of buying pressure do to the price of Bitcoin? It makes it go up. It doesn't take a genius to understand, look, if some whale enters a market, Bitcoin's price is going to go up, and that seems more and more likely by the day. I'm pretty excited for what's to come here. At the same time, it was also nice to meet the founder of TAP this weekend at the racetrack. He came to come and see me. There is an interview coming out this week on my YouTube channel about about TAP. I'm expecting a lot from it. At the same time, TAP's price is lower than what it's been pretty much in its recent history since the start of this year. So I'm expecting this price to get back up to like 40 to 50 Satoshis in the coming months. I think it will get back up to at least these levels right here, which would be a 5x from where the price currently sits. You can see, of course, there is a lot more buying going on than selling right now, consistently more buying than selling. The tide is turning on TAP, and that's pretty exciting to be seeing. So on that note, guys, Bitcoin looking bullish. My trades are currently in profit. What are you doing right now? Are you longing or are you shorting? What are your expectations for the market? My expectations are the likelihood that we go up seems like more likely than the likelihood we go down. It's important to keep an eye on these lower levels of support. The key one for Bitcoin being $26,300. We start trading below $26,300 and we close a 1 hour candle below that level, the odds of a breakdown become quite high. So I wouldn't be holding a long position in that particular scenario. But at the same time, if Bitcoin's price breaks above the highs that we previously set here at $27,000, a break up to $28,100 becomes incredibly likely. So on that note, what are you going to be doing and how are you going to be trading it? If you are going to be trading it, check out the link for BYBIT in today's video description, as well as the trading tutorial that you'll see somewhere on the screen right now. And on that note, do slap a like on today's video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Also important to note, you get up to $30,000 for free for clicking the link in today's video description to BYBIT. If you start trading on there, have a great day, everybody. Drop a like, subscribe, 700 likes. Let's go. Have a great day. Goodbye.